Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to talk about two very important things that you need to understand if you want to become successful in trading cryptocurrency and Bitcoin or anything you want to buy and sell in general. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to explain it. I'm going to explain the concept behind it, and then in next modules when we actually do the trading, when we talk about different strategies, trading strategies in the next modules 4, 5, 6. You're going to see these strategies in action. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to draw it and explain exactly how these strategies work. Okay, and how these things work. Now, these are not strategies, so to say. They're pretty much, things that you got to understand. These are indicators that are going to help you to understand which way the market is going. Okay, so in order for you to become a successful trader, you need to understand two very important things. The first one is the resistance line, and the second one is a counter trend line. Okay, so let me draw this for you, and I'm going to explain exactly how this works. So let's draw a box here. Okay, so let's draw it like this. There you go. So that's nice. Okay, so this is the let's say this is the chart. We're going to talk about charts and everything. You're going to see it on my screen, but I'm just drawing it again, just trying to show you how this thing works. So let's say this is the market line. This is the line, so it's going up, going down, going up, going down. Maybe it goes down more here, more goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, goes by. Again, this is the market, right? You don't know what's going to happen. So there are two things that you need to pay attention to. Very important. The first one is the resistance line. So what is the resistance line? So once in a while, this happens if in order to actually find resistance lines, you need to really look at the history of the market. Okay, sometimes you see a market hits the resistance line a couple of times in a short period of time, like maybe a week. Sometimes it hits a resistance line over 6 months. So let me explain what is a resistance line. A resistance line is a line where sometimes once in a while the price of the entity you're buying or selling hits, and then it doesn't go above that price. So in this case, this is based on what I drew here. Okay, based on what I just did, this can be the resistance line. As you see, we have two peaks here, right? This one and this one. Let's say the price was about 1,500. This is an example, guys. Okay, the Bitcoin price is not 1,500 right now. It's way more than that. Okay, so let's say this is another 1,500. So this means that the market, the price, hit this 1,500 limit twice, and it didn't go above that. So this is a resistance line. And why this is a big deal? So this is a big deal because if the market next time or whenever this line gets close to the resistance line, if it hits this, if it goes above this line somehow, because it happens, it always happens. So if it goes above this price, this is going to be a good place to buy the entity or Bitcoin or whatever. Okay, so when you see it's about like here, and you see that it's going above the resistance line, it's the best time to buy. Okay, so again, we're gonna get into the details of this. There's a lot of things you gotta understand, but that's why resistance lines are really important. For example, if I could like draw this like more back, show you the history of this chart, this could be a resistance line. So this could be a resistance line. Let's say, let's actually draw this. So maybe like this. Maybe like this. So maybe if I take this back, you see that maybe this was a resistance line. So what happened was that this resistance line, this was a resistance line, and then it hit it here, it went down. Obviously, when it went down, you don't want to buy, but then it just went up and killed the resistance line and went over the resistance line, the previous line. So as you see, guys, the point is, again, when the market hits the line and goes above that a little bit, you want to buy. Okay, you want to buy because that's the best time. Again, we're going to get into more. Get into these things more and more. Now, the second strategy, the second thing, indicator that you need to watch out is called counter trend line. This is more of a a day trading strategy, you know, or in case if you want to get in, you don't know when to get in because you're waiting for that price to drop down to get in the perfect time, you know, this is something that you can definitely use. Again, that's something you can use, but there's another thing you can use. Okay, so counter trend line. So what is this? So basically, this is the chart. Again, we're using the same chart. In the chart, this part, like this line, is the trend line, right? So this is the trend line, means that the price, this is how the price changes, goes up and down. That's your trend line. So it's below, right? It's the trend line, the way price goes up and down. But there's another line you can draw, which is called counter trend line. Okay, now this is the important part. Just pay attention, okay? So a counter trend line is a line that you draw and you wait for the market to break that line. So this is the way you do it. You draw, let's say it's going down. So yes, let's say you're here, okay? So let's say you're waiting there, you see that it's going down. So what you do is you draw the line like this. You just draw it down and wait for the market to stop going down and coming up. And when the price hits that line, I'm gonna show, when we go to my computer, when we go to my screen, I'm gonna show you exactly how to draw these lines and everything. So don't worry if this is, you know, if this is not making any sense when it comes to marketing, the market doing this thing. But I'm just again showing the concept. So when the market hits this line and it goes above this again, like goes above the line, it means that it's breaking the counter trend line. This is where you buy. Okay, this is where you buy. So after that, usually like 80 to 95% of the times, it goes up. Okay, so this is how you draw a counter trend line. Same thing here, same thing here. Let me actually do another one here. So you see the price is coming down. I don't know when it's gonna stop. I don't know what's gonna happen, right? So I'm just gonna draw my counter trend line. I'm going to show you how to draw counter trend lines in the stock market, or, you know, the Bitcoin, or any cryptocurrency that you use. They have these tools that you can draw these lines. So I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you another cool tool that you can use. You don't have to actually draw the line; it gives you these lines. So so you draw the line, and let's say it goes down. It goes down to $850. So that's the price. It goes down to $850, and then it starts coming up. It stops here, starts coming up. You see that it's coming up, but it's not. It hasn't still hit the line, but it hits the line. So that's good, right? That's good. And then it goes up. So that means it just broke your counter trend line. This is where you buy. This is where you buy. But let's say it's at this point it's $875. Okay, now counter trend line, then hopefully it's going to go up. Usually that's what happens. 80 to 95% of the times when it hits the line, it goes above the counter trend line, it goes up. Now guys, let me tell you something. This is the strategy. This is your best friend. You're going to use this to make a lot of money, but as I said in videos before, in previous modules, you got to be careful. So don't put too much money. And another thing I'm going to teach you actually when we get to day trading, okay, is the quality of these counter trend lines. That's something you really important. It's important for you to understand, because just because you see there's a counter trend line, just because you see it's coming down, it doesn't mean that it's going to go up if it hits your counter trend line. So you gotta understand. We're gonna get into more details of it, because I gotta show you the charts on my computer so you see exactly how it works. So yeah, so this is a counter trend line. I just want you to understand the concept. Counter trend line, when the price hits your counter trend line, you're going to buy because it's going to go up. And also this is a resistance line. If the price hits the resistance line, you're going to buy because the price usually goes, if the price goes over the resistance line, it means that it's going to go up in future. Alright, so thank you so much for watching this video, guys. We're gonna get into more details. You're gonna see me doing this on my computer, and we're gonna use the tools, so you're gonna see exactly how you can draw these lines and how you can understand it easier and better. Alright, so thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I'll see you in the next video.